My name is Clare Hansen, and I teach 4th grade. I've used narrative medicine in the classroom, especially during our social emotional learning times, to kind of get in touch with my students and build relationships with them, but also have them build strong relationships with each other. Social emotional learning is really big right now in education, so we actually had a dedicated class period to kind of focusing on taking time to build up those skills and to build growth mindsets, and because it's not something that you just know. Like, we kind of ignore it, but it's a big part of their development and it's not intrinsic. So we definitely do a lot of different activities to build up their emotional competencies and build their confidence and their resilience. So I brought the 3-minute mental makeover into our morning meeting time originally, and so I created a Google form using those same questions, and then I would have my students fill it in as they were kind of milling into the Zoom room and the classroom and things like that. And then once everyone was there, we had share out time, and then they would talk about their responses in the breakout rooms with partners. And then sometimes if we had extra time, we would come back, and if anyone wanted to share their answers with the whole group, then they did. I think at first they were pretty neutral, just because they didn't know what it was and they didn't feel negative about it, but they weren't super excited. But after we got to do it, they were excited because they knew, like, oh, okay, this is just gonna be like fun. It's not gonna be high pressure. I'm just gonna be talking with my friends. So then they grew to like that. I think it definitely helped them focus on the positive, because so many things were really kind of negative during COVID for them, you know, with the pandemic and not being at school with their friends and all sorts of other factors. It was, you know, something positive that they could focus on, but it also helped them to get to know each other. So I think that really helped, because they might not have had the opportunity to ask those kinds of questions because they weren't sitting next to each other, they were on Zoom. So I think it definitely helped with relationships and helping them kind of reframe their mindset more positively. I'm really big on building class community, so I really liked that we got the opportunity to have fun discussions from this. So I think it definitely helped. I think I would recommend the 3-minute makeover to anybody, really. I think it's a good, kind of like a mindful practice tool that I think would benefit anyone, but I think it especially would be definitely helpful to teachers and their students for sure, because it really helps with building relationships, because I found out things about my students that I didn't know because it just never came up. So I think it would definitely be a good thing to do if you're a teacher.